Let's whatever we talk about at first, let's make it like a random thing, and then we'll just.
Okay. Hey, I'm Shane. This is the podcast, the Wasteland Podcast, episode 63 and a half.
No, it's actually 68.
Wow.
We're actually almost at the magic number.
Wait, really? This is 68?
Yeah, this is episode 68.
Next week's 69?
We're almost there.
Oh, boys.
All boys, all the time.
I said, oh boy. What are we... That's a magical event. We're going to have to do something.
Alright, playing with Shane's audio. Oh, no. There you go.
Gonna have to... 69.
We should do something for it.
Yeah, we should.
If we get drunk or high, it has to be on stream, because there's no point in us celebrating and it not be... I didn't mean on stream, I meant on podcast. We have to do it on the podcast. So whatever we do... We have to do it on the podcast. I don't know. But I don't want to get. We're not going to get smashed and then podcast. So that's impossible. But we can do something.
Yeah.
Might just do it. Remember when we had Val on the first time? We all just had a chicken sandwich and we all ate the chicken sandwich while recording.
Yeah.
We can even do something like that. But
that's lame.
Well,
for 69,
what should we do?
I don't know.
You buy the party things that you blow into them and they go. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right, we'll buy the party things.
And okay.
What do you call that, right? Buy the services of some prostitutes.
No.
69 live on the podcast.
I'm Shane. I'm Tyler.
Tomorrow. Too many syllables.
What should we do?
It doesn't matter. The point is, we're here now for episode 68. We need to make sure episode 68 is a great episode before we can get to 69. So
yeah, that's true. But
if 68 is a bad episode, I'm going to delete it. And we'll have to do 68 again, and it'll be an endless cycle of us before we put up episode 68 before 69. I mean, we got to do it.
We have to delete it. It's just every episode is
68.1, 68.2, 68.3.
Yeah.
We'll think of something.
Yeah. It'll probably just be us getting drunk or something.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just do shots and on during the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because then we'll get like a level of buzz versus anything else. That'd be fun.
Well, by the end of the podcast, we'll be...
That's fine. If we just keep going.
Yeah.
Every 20 minutes, we'll take a shot.
Ooh, that's way too long.
Every 15 minutes?
10.
You want to do every 10 minutes? Six shots? Possibly 7 shots?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. All right. Well,
6 shots in an hour isn't...
Wait, 6 shots? Insane. For 69? Okay.
I'll do 9, you guys...
No. We'll have to figure out a way to get 9 of something else in, but...
9 beers and 6 shots in 1 hour.
That's way too much beer.
that's way too much.
My beer will be too full. My stomach will be too full of beer.
We'll just be constantly like running back and forth to the bathroom and
yeah.
All right.
Get some cigars. Smoke a cigar.
I don't want. I mean, I know some cigars are better. Like literally, they taste better and stuff. But yeah. I don't want to smoke a cigar. But we can't even do it inside my apartment. So.
Yeah, it'll be something for us to celebrate.
Whatever.
I just really want to smoke a cigar.
All right. Well, I don't give a fuck about what you want. Actually, I don't even give a fuck about you. Don't give a fuck about your mom, your family. I don't give a fuck about anything, your past accomplishments. I don't give a fuck about any of the games you like or any of the movies you like. I don't give a fuck about... I don't give a fuck about you. So that's what I think. That's how I really feel. So there you go.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Just so everyone knows our relationship is purely a work relationship. There's nothing more. Not even friends. That's it. Just a working...
It's just work and sex.
Just a working... Well, that's part of the work. It's called a blow job. Yeah. It's not called a blow friends, okay?
Gotta keep it professional around here.
We need a level of professionalism around here.
Yeah, the podcast is really just an extension of our job.
Yeah.
Take it very seriously.
That's why the audio quality is always amazing. That's why I never wait till like Monday or Tuesday to upload it. Actually, I haven't done that in a while.
None of us ever ramble about anything.
Yeah, we definitely never go on really long tangents about politics.
This is all written down and
Yeah, we have a script.
thought out. Yeah, this is scripted.
In case you guys thought any of this was authentic or real, it's all fake. It's all sham. This is episode. We're exposing ourselves.
You know what'd be really fun? Is if I actually tried to write a script for the podcast.
No.
I think that would be...
You want to try it?
Kinda. It would be really hard, but...
Yeah, it'd be super hard.
Funny.
It would take a long time.
I know.
Well, you could do it just like acting cues, too, where it's just like... Not the exact thing you have to say, but like a general...
Make sure you have to be... I turned
sorry.
you guys way down this time when I'm doing a little experiment, so make sure...
Yeah.
You can turn the game up a little bit, I guess, but...
I'd turn it up like a 10.
Good.
But like... I don't know, I think it'd be kind of fun to do like a script read.
No.
It wouldn't?
I don't know.
Huh?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, if you wrote like a little skit for us, maybe. If you wrote a little skit...
It won't be good.
That's like 10 minutes long or something.
It won't be good at all.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care.
I might do it. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be fun.
And then Jeremiah says, "That's now a washing machine. That's my wife." And then Tyler says, "I don't get it."
And then in post, Tyler adds a laugh track.
Yeah.
And then it's a real joke.
And then Shane says, "Why do you hate my sense of humor so much?" And then it's just an extended argument between me and Shane.
Yeah. I'll write in an argument.
Write in an argument.
Yeah. I'll put like, instead of our names, I'll have characters like the host, co-host, and guest number 1 for Jer.
Jeremiah is the guest today because he hasn't been on in 2 weeks. So he's finally back in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got
And then we had Shane the week before that.
Yeah, I know. We're falling apart.
Well, Jer hasn't been here in 2 weeks.
I know. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I literally just said.
I thought you said last week. I've got so many fucking mosquito bites. I hate mosquitoes.
Yeah, you're scratching like a crack addict over here.
Well, that's just one of it, but the mosquito bites don't help.
Just stop.
I can't. I don't have the willpower.
just grab your pant legs and just squeeze onto anything but your actual arms. Don't actually touch your arms. Okay.
That wasn't
I know, but you just stop scratching shit.
I was just itchy.
You stop it.
Oh,
what if it's not
boy.
mosquito bites? What if you have herpes all over your body?
That's not how herpes works.
What if someone, as a practical joke, while you were sleeping, rubbed their genitals all over your body when they were like, showing?
Oh my god!
How's it? There's a word for it when your herpes show up. They come in and out.
Like an outbreak.
They're not always there. I guess outbreak. Yeah, but they're not. It's not always there. But if your herpes are like acting up, you can't.
Flaring up.
If you have sex, then you're gonna give it to whoever you have sex with. So
no, if you can just give it to them no matter what.
Oh well, fuck it. Don't fuck someone with herpes.
But you can take medication that makes it less likely.
There's
you can take medication that makes it less likely.
Yeah. Same thing with AIDS. People with AIDS can take medication or HIV, and it makes them.
Yeah, but everyone with AIDS is gay. So, according to Steven Crowder, who is always right about everything.
Milk died of AIDS.
Even though we didn't even know about
Magic
the AIDS
Johnson's is gay.
Magic Johnson's gay. I hate to break it to you guys. If you're a fan of Magic Johnson,
who are other straight?
Every person in Africa is gay.
Yeah,
95% of Africa.
It's true. Africa is the gayest looking country if you think about it.
Yeah, it looks like a choke.
It's gay. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Did you know that when a weather report says 60% chance of rain, that doesn't mean there's a 60% chance.
60% of pain.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you gonna say? You know, rain is actually God's pee.
Yeah, I knew that. And snow is his cum.
Everyone knows. And when you're a little boy, your dad tells you,
and
well,
thunder,
son.
thunder isn't farting, of course. Like,
well, son, the scientific reason why there's rain is because sometimes God's got to take a leak. You know what I'm saying?
Lightning's a shark.
Lightning's a shark.
Honestly, just taking a fat deuce.
He's really embarrassed, but, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no, wait, dear God, please give me a PlayStation 5 for Christmas. Also, the lightning wasn't smelly. It's fine. I'm not. You don't need to be embarrassed about that. There's a Wonder Shows in where she's writing a little girl's writing a letter. And she goes, "Dear Jesus, you look really great today. Did you do something with your hair? Anyway, if you can," and then she asks what she wants.
But. It doesn't mean there's a 60% chance of rain happening. It's 60% of people in the area will see rain.
That's really weird.
Did you not know that?
That's a weird way of saying it. That doesn't even make... That's just stupid.
So when it says that there's 60% chance of rain, means that there will be rain, but only 60% of people in like...
Yeah. Because we're in a simulation, okay? And only some of us... There's glitches in the Matrix, okay? Not everyone sees everything.
Every weather person is not part of the Matrix.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think of like a Matrix thing that would be cool. Like, if you thought something was one way, but everyone else in the whole world saw it differently. I guess that's like being colorblind.
Berenstein Bears?
No, that's not a glitch in the Matrix. That shit's real. You guys are all dumb.
What?
Like, people thought that everyone was like, "What? I thought it was spelled this way." And it was like, no, the whole time. It was...
No, it was definitely spelled the other way.
No, it was always spelled the original way.
Every time I've seen Berenstein, it's always been Berenstein and not Berenstain.
It's like Berenstain or something.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
But it's EI.
There's other ones,
or the Monopoly one, where he has a monocle.
Yeah, but that's because you're thinking of Mr. Peanut or whatever.
I don't know one of those.
People fuse Mr. Peanut and Mr. Monopoly Man together.
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags. That's his name, right?
Mr. Moneybags. Mr. Money Hag. He's an old woman.
Yeah, I'm definitely writing a script. Gotta stop that from happening.
But, and there's also the Fruit of Loom underwear. Do you guys think it's just a pile of fruit on the tag, or you think it's like a pile of fruit in like a Thanksgiving gourd thing? You know, those like baskets?
In a basket.
No, there's no basket.
What?
Yeah, that's another one.
There is on...
There's literally no basket.
Underwear. It's not on the tag, but it's on the bag.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's not... If you Google it, there's not a single image where they're in... There's not a single image where it's in the bag thing, but like... or the basket. Yeah, the cornucopia. There's a video on this that it's like... There's literally not a single image that is sponsored by Fruit of the Loom that has the cornucopia, but everyone associates the cornucopia with the Fruit of the Loom. Which is funny because the cornucopia has nothing to do with fruit. You don't put fruit in it. Yeah. It's a Thanksgiving thing. So it's like a weird thing. There's like a whole video about this. It's a deep dive thing.
It's a really weird... People thought that... it's called the Mandela effect because people thought Nelson Mandela died.
Yeah, but he was not
actually alive.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm right here."
Which that could be because... the South African government told everyone he was dead.
Yeah.
But,
when he died for real, Paris Hilton tweeted, "Oh my God, MLK died."
Nuh-uh.
Well, then...
really?
No, then it turned out to be a fake tweet.
Oh.
And then she was like, "You guys really thought I said that? Fuck you guys." Like, she was pissed. Because a fake Paris Hilton Twitter said that. And then I got a bunch of news coverage. Look how stupid Paris Hilton is. It's like, I have nothing to do with... Nelson Mandela died. Why am you talking about me?
Paris Hilton is...
It's a great story.
Pretty dumb.
Yeah. I mean, it was... yeah, she is.
I don't think highly of her after that South Park episode with her not in it.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The South Park episode where she does the whore off?
Yeah.
You think that represents her? Yes. That's not fair. That doesn't even involve what she really does.
She doesn't do anything.
Well, yeah. Well, the joke was the stupid spoiled slut because she's like a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
She didn't earn any of her fame.
Yeah.
That part's fine to criticize. But the part where Mr. Slave swallows her whole in his asshole, that's like, what? That's not fair. What did she do? Oh, she like took out a big thing.
A
and, like,
pineapple.
Oh, yeah. She
up her pussy.
She shoved a pineapple up her Vegeta. Her
Vegeta.
Yeah, her Vegeto. Super Saiyan 3.
Vegeta.
And, yeah.
I don't know, it's pretty funny.
It is funny, though. The idea of someone shoving a giant pineapple up their vagina is pretty funny.
I'm pretty sure it was stem first, too.
I mean, either way, it's not going to feel good. It's painful.
But...
It just... I don't have a vagina, and I feel, like, hurt. I feel pain from it.
Yeah.
There's no way it feels good. Girls fist... Like, they get fisted, you know? You ever think about this? You guys hear about this?
Really
Girls
weird.
getting fisted.
I don't get it.
And guys get fisted in the butt.
Yeah. Why are you bringing this up?
Because your fucking holes can expand really fucking wide, and
well, you got to think a baby comes out of that.
Yeah, but you don't put a baby inside of it.
But it comes out.
Yeah, you take a huge shit, but your butthole goes back down to normal size.
Your butthole can actually stretch to
the size of like a raccoon or something.
Yeah, raccoon. I think it's only like 4.5 inches, but a raccoon can fit into a 4.5-inch hole. So technically, you could fit a raccoon up your ass.
That's without damaging your anus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Well, what I'm saying is, when you poop, your butthole expands, but like you have to actually like stretch out your muscles to get it to be all big and put shit in there.
Yeah.
So people get fisted. I don't like it. But I'm just thinking of the visual of someone with their arm up someone. Not their whole arm.
It's pretty funny.
But like just to like
Muppet, yeah.
past your wrist. Yeah. There's this.
They're just both smiling at the camera. That's a great image.
I went to a comedy show. I'm stealing a joke, but I went to a comedy show and something called the ventriloquist act. He had his hand shut up his own ass, and he just kept saying, "Who you calling dummy, dummy?"
What is that from?
I stole it from Video Games Awesome, but he just completely derailed his Mario live stream. He's like playing Mario with his 4 friends, and he just kept saying, "Who you calling dummy, dummy?" And he kept talking about having his hand up his own ass.
That's awesome.
I just love that joke. Who you calling dummy, dummy? I want to get a ventriloquist doll someday, because that would just be... There's so many funny hijinks to be had with a ventriloquist doll.
There's only like two things we can do.
Well, yeah. But you can do so many things, and there's a lot of possibilities there.
Not really.
Would you...
There's only a couple of jokes you can make, and then you can drink water.
Yeah,
and have the dummy dog.
Make him sing the national anthem while you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about David Lieberhart from Tim and Eric with all that stuff's gold? Now you can completely see his mouth moving up and down.
Yeah,
he doesn't even try.
No, half the time the puppet's mouth isn't even moving.
I know. I like the times where he can control their eyes and stuff, though, and their eyebrows. Those puppets are cool. I want one.
But those are like the Muppet.
What about Conky from Trailer Park Boys? You know Conky? Conky?
I don't remember.
Bubbles has a ventriloquist dummy that looks just like him.
Oh, yeah.
And he bullies... what's his fucking name?
Bubbles and Ricky.
Yeah, he bullies Ricky.
He's like super
Ricky's
mean.
like, "I swear to God, Bubbles, put Conky away."
I'm going to shoot him.
He takes out his gun.
He tries to shoot
and then he's like, "Do it, big guy."
Yeah. It's so fun.
And then Julian's like, "Not now, Bubbles. Put Conky away." He's like, "I'm trying, Julian. He's got a mind of his own."
That shows something.
Conky's so good.
I know.
Ricky thinks Conky's real.
It's like, yeah,
he like just treats him like he's real. He's like, not this fucker again.
But Bubbles treats him like he's real too.
I know. Everyone treats him like they know
real,
like they know he's not real, but like they have to go along with it for Bubbles. But like,
but Ricky actually thinks.
Yeah, Ricky
real.
like does not know the difference. Yeah, it's like he knows, but he doesn't know.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Ricky's like the thing about like swearing and jokes is that you can really ruin all your comedy by like overly swearing. But Ricky's a great example.
So well.
He's like the perfect example of how to write someone who swears like a sailor constantly and make it so funny.
He goes into the court. He goes into a court. He's like, "I'm sorry, but this is how I talk."
Yeah. I'm sorry, but this is how I talk, so I'm gonna need to swear and shit, okay?
And smoke.
And smoke, and he goes up to the other lawyer that's like against him.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, Smokes, give it to me.
Yeah.
He's like, come on.
Smokes now.
He's like, I don't got all day.
I know.
But that's the other joke is he's the stupidest character, but he always talks his way out of the police, like harassing them. And then when he goes to court, he talks his way out of he gets out of court. He talks his way out of getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And he was just the dumbest shit ever. And somehow they're like, all right,
you can't even speak properly. Like,
he's got his grade 10 now, right?
Yeah. Grade 10.
He's got his grade 10. He's fine.
But I love when they do flashbacks to when he was a kid, and he's just speaking completely broken English. You can't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Ricky's a great character.
Yeah, Ricky's a great character. I love him.
I'm so glad, like, because the little, like, black and white student film they made that's just Ricky and Julian's actors, they play so straight. Like, they're just, like, normal college kids in it. I'm so glad they went with this like more far out direction for Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
it's so brilliant. And like it starts out like the first season, it's like supposed to be somewhat realistic, and then eventually the trope of like Julian always having the like glass of alcohol at all times, and there's like a shootout.
Jack and Coke or something.
He's got like rum and Coke at all times, and he's like at a shootout, and he's holding rum and Coke in one hand and like shooting with the other hand. And it's this thing where it's like Julian's the most serious character, and then it's just like out of nowhere he's like super goofy.
I know.
It's a really cool evolution. Like the fact that it's on Netflix, you can just binge watch it is so perfect. Because it used to be,
I might need to rewatch it. It's so funny.
It used to be you had to just like watch the episodes on TV, and they were always on like the premium cable channel. It was like IFC or something.
That's like a perfect show to watch in order because it just you just see the characters,
the evolution of it all.
Yeah, because in the first season, Bubbles is more of a recurring character than a main character.
Yeah, he's not really the main character like season 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah. But once he becomes the main character, that's when
the show becomes a lot better.
Like, yeah.
Well, it's because Ricky and Julian are like serious criminals, and then they're like, and Bubbles is also a serious criminal, but they just keep hanging out with him, and he's like one of their best friends, and then he's like a child at heart.
Yeah.
So like they're just like really soft and cuddly, even though they're criminals.
Yeah.
It's such a good evolution of the characters. Yeah.
They take care of Bubbles and
like, fuck, we pissed off Bubbles. Now look what you done, Ricky.
Yeah.
And then and he goes, oh, gee, I'm real sorry about that.
I love that show.
Real sorry. How do they say it? How do Canadians say sorry?
Sorry. Oh, I'm real sorry about that.
I'm real sorry about that, Julian.
No, and then Randy will come over with his shirt off because the trailer park couldn't afford a uniform for him.
So he's always shirtless at all times.
When he fights, he takes off his pants. First, Julian was like, "No, I know it's weird when he takes off his pants." And he might look like a bigger guy, but when he takes off his pants, he's as nimble as a squirrel or something.
Yeah. He moves faster that way. Yeah. That guy, that actor, the fact that he has a consistent, like, perfect beer belly for like how many years has that show been on? There's like 10 seasons.
I know.
And he's always got the same round beer belly at all times.
And then later on, it's like he gets a rash from shirts or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they make him wear a shirt and he starts getting a rash.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's an episode when he like quits and he puts a shirt on and he starts wearing his shirt everywhere.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back, he takes his shirt off again. God, what a good idea.
What's the old guy's name?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Leahy?
Mr. Leahy. Yeah. I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off.
every time Ricky gets pulled over, he's like, "Oh, my name's Randy Leahy." Anytime he gets in trouble,
he always blames on Leahy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, he gets out of it. He's like, yeah, but you might want to check into it later. My name is Leahy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot his. Yeah, I haven't watched that show in a bit. That actor's amazing. The guy who plays Mr. Leahy.
I know, he's so funny. He becomes a fucking
once he becomes
super
like a
alcoholic.
super drunk.
Yeah. It gets really good when he's super drunk all the time.
Man. That's like he's like extremely gay.
Yeah. Well, at first he's not, but then
but like they play into the joke too much, and he's like super gay.
But then he's just also drunk all the time.
He's such a crazy cartoon character.
I know.
They make him do so much shit.
He's like, he gets so flanderized, but
I know we can see, but it works in this show.
It works so well. Yeah, all the characters get super flanderized.
The flanderization is like their character development, and
I know, yeah, because it works really well.
They're very like one dimensional at first, and then when you learn more about them, you're like, this is really this is really what they're going with.
Yeah,
so good.
Just crazy and crazy. Because Leahy's super serious at the beginning too.
Yeah,
and then he just goes crazy. Gets drunk.
He's an insane person. Well, yeah. Well, they get him back on alcohol, and then he becomes an alcoholic for like multiple seasons straight.
Yeah,
he's just
for
like
the rest of the show, he's an alcoholic.
Yeah, you just randomly see him in like horrible states. He's just fucked up.
But Ricky and Julian keep him drunk so that they can do whatever the fuck they want. It's so bad. It's so funny. So fucking funny.
Yeah, that is a great show for anyone who has seen like all of Always Sunny and wants a little bit more, like more of that, like way pushing the envelope, like way too far kind of humor. Like
it's just as good. It's no way
limit, really. Like
it's a lot different than Always Sunny. Yeah, but it's so fucking funny.
It's a lot dirtier and grungier, but it's
yeah.
But then you get the characters like Bubbles, where it becomes like sweet and wholesome again out of nowhere. It's like the episode where Rush guest stars.
Yeah,
because it's Trailer Park Boys, they have to like kidnap Rush and like hold him.
They steal his wallet.
Yeah, he like breaks into like the guitar player's like room and then like kidnaps him and like brings him back. He's like, my friend wanted to meet you, so I brought you. I brought him, and they're like, no, Ricky, you're not supposed to kidnap him. Yeah, because
and then Bubbles gets to open with, or he plays with Rush.
He plays guitar with them after the show. They like watch it backstage. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right,
great fucking show.
We got to talk about the Steam Deck.
Steam Deck time.
Steam Deck time. All right, so Steam Deck time. All right, so it's basically. I literally saw it by my friend sending me a meme that said, if Nintendo won't make the Switch Pro, then we will. And it literally is a way more powerful Switch. What I've been saying though is that this is a lot of people buy gaming laptops for convenience sake. Gaming laptops are dead. There no more gaming laptops. It's over. Gaming laptops are trash. And this thing is $400, which is a lot cheaper than most like high-end gaming laptops.
Well, this thing it seems way better on Linux anyway, right?
It runs on its own OS.
It's going to run on a custom version of SteamOS. I don't know if you know much about.
Yeah, and SteamOS is on Linux.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you can program it with a different OS.
If you can actually put Windows on it if you want. There's literally like no limit here with this thing. So you can hook up.
They describe it as a portable PC.
It's a PC.
At first I was like, okay, whatever.
But it really is.
But it really, like, in all definition, it is.
You can run non-Steam products on this, like any software anyone makes. So the cool thing about, like, a lot of consoles when you hack them is you get the homebrew stuff, and you get, like, the emulated games, and you get all that stuff. If this thing is going to be able to do all that from day one, we don't have to jailbreak it or hack it or anything, then this is already a fucking amazing This is going to show people why the hacking scene is cool and why people do this shit in the first place. Because if you're going to be able to download whatever the fuck you want and put on this thing, that's going to be amazing. Because I think a lot of people don't realize, like, products don't have to be this way where, like, you're stuck to the Xbox store or stuck to the Sony store. So Valve is being very upfront, being like, yeah, you don't even need to use our software. You can just do whatever the fuck you want with this thing. It's pretty much just a PC. And you can even hook up a monitor and keyboard and mouse to it. So it's literally a desktop computer. Like, it's not... they're doing a good job being like, it's not really like a laptop. It's like a desktop computer because you're going to have to put it down and then hook everything up to it. And so if you're going to be able to buy a computer for $400, like, this is stupid.
But I mean, how well is it going to run, though?
It's got to be able to run well because, I mean, we watched them play some games on it, and if it could handle them perfectly fine. It's got to be able to...
But they were like indie games.
No, but it's going to... No, they played Guilty Gear. Like, it's got to be able to... Oh, what? He played another game. Fuck, they played a game on it that was like first person, but I don't know if it was like a high-end game or not. But what they need to do is Steam to have settings to automatically make, like, this is the perfect settings for this device. Because these are all going to have the same hardware on the inside. So what they need to do is just have this, like, thing where if you're using it, it automatically sets games to the correct settings. That would be the best possible. And that's the good thing about consoles, is that every game is hand-tailored to work on the console to be the best it can possibly be without, like, ruining the experience. And so that's how... I mean, if they implement that somehow, then it's perfect. Like, if they can get that going, then it's perfect. So, it's going to have a touchscreen.
It has trackpads.
It has trackpads, just like the Steam controller. It has two... Actually, we'll just pull up on your phone and show you mine. It's got two, just like, square trackpads under the analog sticks. And it's literally the same as Steam controller. You can make them do, like, the keyboard... You can make them to where, like, different quadrants of the screen, so you can kind of move, like, as if you're using a mouse cursor to put it, like, any corner of the screen. It also has a touchscreen, so...
Yeah, that just... that looks like a Switch.
It's a slightly bigger Switch, pretty much. And the things don't detach. But it's fine, because you can connect it to a monitor anyway. So it's still portable or on TV, like a Switch, because you can connect it to anything.
Yeah.
So
the trackpad was really cool. I liked it. And you can
it's also got buttons on the back, which the Steam controller has too, right? It has, like, those buttons, like, here in your middle fingers on, like, the handle itself.
Yeah, it's like it's like the PS4 controller where it's got L1, L2.
Yeah, but doesn't it also have, like, buttons down here, like, on the handles?
Oh.
I could have sworn it does.
So,
yeah.
so.
This has, like, a few buttons down there too. And you can map it to anything. Like, the cool thing is, like, if with an Xbox controller, you can't, like, map the buttons. You have to, like, do that in game. Here, you can map anything to whatever you want. You don't have to worry about what game you're playing. Also,
they said you could map the touchpad to certain areas of the screen.
Yeah. I was just telling Jared about that. So you can, like, completely customize the controller to do whatever the fuck you want. But also, you can just pair it Bluetooth with, like, any Steam supported controller, which means PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So you can pretty much play with any way you want to. Like, you can do anything you can do on a PC with this. Like, this thing's broken. Like, this thing's super OP. For $400, this is insane. As long as it can handle high-end games, then this is, like, stupidly good and stupidly priced.
And the one thing I hate about the Switch is the Joy-Cons on the side when you're playing in handheld mode. They just don't... My hands are real big, so they just don't fit right.
Yeah.
I wish there was...
Yeah, the Joy-Cons are a little small for me, too. But I don't really... I don't know. I don't really want to get a Pro controller, because then that's just another thing I gotta charge all the time. The Joy-Cons are convenient to charge, but, like, yeah.
Well, like, I like using the Joy-Cons, because I play in handheld mode all the time, like, almost exclusively. But they're just, like, small.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
Well, it'll be interesting to use this thing to have, because the thing is that the reason why Steam always goes with those touchpads for like the controller and everything is because they want to emulate mouse movement as much as possible. Which also, by the way, on the Steam controller, you can emulate where if you use like the movement of the controller, that can emulate the mouse aim.
Yeah.
And this has the 2 built in, obviously. Literally every feature in the Steam controller is on this thing, including the trackpads.
Plus the screen.
Plus it has the built-in, like, plus it has a screen. And since it's a console, you can use controllers that aren't the fucking thing. But you could also just use a Steam controller and play with it too. Like, it's kind of like just crazy. And then because it's Valve and it's Steam, you're gonna have access to all of your Steam PC games the second you turn it on. If you're like me, I have like 500 games, so this is stupid. Like, I can just play whatever the fuck I want on it. Like, it's just crazy. The appeal of this thing is just insane. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to predict what's gonna happen with these things, but I think everyone who like always wants to get a computer and doesn't like know what they're doing, or they actually like console stuff, this is gonna be a way for console people to get into PC, and it makes sense.
What are download times gonna be like? So it'll be on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. That's a good question. Hopefully there's a way. Yeah. Well, I guess you could use a USB to Wi-Fi or Ethernet converter because they have those on Switch. But I don't know if this thing has a straight up USB 3 on it. Like, I haven't seen all the ports on it. I just know you can connect it to monitor, mouse, and keyboard. But no, it should have probably 2 USB 3s then.
Yeah.
So if it has a USB 3, there should be a way to use an Ethernet adapter, but that's not really the way you want to do things. But I don't know, Switch downloads everything by Wi-Fi. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. So if that's the price to pay when it comes to convenience, then I guess that's the price to pay when it comes to convenience. But I'm sure you can just use a converter if it's like really that important to you. So Steam kind of has shitty download speeds sometimes anyway. I think sometimes it's just their servers or something, but
usually any game that's not from like pre-2007 is going to be like a 10 to 20 hour download time.
Yeah. It can be rough sometimes. But luckily Wi-Fi is getting better, and that's all I can really say. So hopefully for those of you who already have a Switch Ethernet port because you play Smash Online, you can just use that shit. So, but yeah, I mean, it is exciting though. I play a lot of I've played fan games with you and Shane before on my computer. I have lots of my PC, I have a PS2 emulator, I have a 3DS emulator. If I can play 3DS games on this fucking thing, that's OP.
Yeah.
If I can play PS2 games and Dreamcast games and 3DS games and Dolphin runs on PC, that's Wii and GameCube. If I can play all of these fucking emulators, plus all the fan-made games, plus all of Steam, plus maybe other things that are on PC, I don't know what services might also be offered, but if some company wants in on it, not Epic, because Epic's like direct competitor with Steam, but if like EA wants or Microsoft puts games on Steam now. You can get Halo Master Chief Collection on Steam now. So this would be the first time ever you can portably play Halo. Like, this is stupid. Like, there's too much potential because there's too many games. And you guys want to talk about like backwards compatibility with like the Xbox and stuff like that. Because every new console, it's always like, will it have backwards compatibility? Xbox is the only one who does it right. Where if you ever had a game on your account, you have it on your Series X. You have original Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Series X all on the Series X. But this is like generations of different. This is like Steam's been around since the PS2 days. And if you have these games on your PC, if you can play them all, then that's just fucking ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, shit, I don't know what to say. Like, every game ever is going to be on this thing pretty much. So many games come to Steam more and more, or PC more and more often.
Well, because it's the least convenient but best quality.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
PC is usually the best quality for if you want to play a game. It's how it's always been. Only recently has PS5 and Series X have some features that are just exclusive to those consoles that actually make it a somewhat better experience. But we're talking not much longer. The graphics are going to be like far above on PC again. And then those other features is going to be about, do you want those features like being able to resume play and switch between games on the fly and whatever else? Or do you want the features of it just looks way better? Like, you know?
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time before PC just destroys consoles again. I don't know. With this thing, I think this is going to be the perfect, like, if you have been wanting to get into PC games, but you just want to stick, you're too into console stuff, you like playing with controllers and all that, this is going to be the shit for you, man. This is going to be it. So I'm probably going to get one, but I don't know if I'll get one right away. I might wait a bit or something, but
yeah, I mean, it looks dope. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it looks...
And also, man, so it'll be Steam, so you'll be able to play online any game with any of your PC friends, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another broken OP thing. Like, the fact that you can just... The fact that it's literally just a PC is just fucking broken. Like, it's too good. Like, Valve is pioneering the gaming industry yet again. And we were talking about how we're talking about Half-Life 1, and then we were talking about Steam and its practices, and then we were talking about the Steam controller. How, like, Valve they're always going above and beyond with everything. And that's the other thing, like, the fact that this is, like, Valve's project. It's already, like... Once that was announced, I was like, I hope it has these features. Well, that'd be so cool if you could just run Windows on it or something. And then it's like, oh, yep, you can do all that shit. You can run any open source software you want. Doesn't fucking matter. So yeah, it's fucking awesome.
yeah.
I'm really happy about this. And it's only like $100 more in a Switch. And the Switch is so limited compared to this.
Yeah, like, didn't it have problems running, like, Breath of the Wild and...
Yeah, Breath of the Wild, there's like a certain grassy area that makes it slower in frame rate.
Okay.
And it sucks. It's like really early on too, so almost everyone sees it and they go, ooh. And then the rest of the game is like fine. It's really weird. But there's a lot of Switch games that, like, the first party Nintendo games pretty much run perfectly, but a lot of the games that aren't done by Nintendo have hiccups and slow down and shit like that.
Skyrim and all that.
A lot of Switch games look like Wii U games, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, the graphics are a lot better on Switch. And I mean, comparing Smash Ultimate to Smash 4 Wii U is like night and day. The jump is so great. But there's so many games that just pretty much just look the same. Like Mario Odyssey could probably have been on Wii U. Breath of the Wild literally is on Wii U. Like... So the Switch, but Nintendo they're never huge updates in graphics. They're like decades behind compared to the competition. That's like always been what they go for. I don't know why. I think it's because if they make that cheaper, they can try for other things. I don't know. And also they do want to always be the most affordable. So
they're also kind of like targeted at kids. Like,
yeah.
Like, that probably has to do with the small, like, Joy-Cons and everything, too, is, like,
yeah.
You know, a PS4 or an Xbox controller, I don't know about your guys' hands, but, like, I feel like it's pretty comfortable.
That's an Xbox One controller down there. Though the wireless ones are, like, a lot nicer feeling. Xbox One controllers are fucking really nice. I really like a lot of people complain that the Series X didn't get a new controller. It's literally just an Xbox One controller again. But it's like, yeah, but the Xbox One controller is so good. Like, they really figured it out. I don't know where my wireless one is, but my wireless one is, man, wireless ones are so good. And of course, Xbox can work on PC perfectly fine because Windows set it up that way. So,
right.
Ever since the 360 came out, they're like, you know what, let's make all 360 controllers work on PC. And then that's been like my thing. I got way more into Steam because I would just buy wired 360 controllers and use them on both my console and PC. Literally, it was part of why I bought the 360, was because I wanted to have that just ease of access with everything. So
split back and forth between
I would use the same controller for console and PC. Now you can do that too, theoretically, because PS4 Steam did this big thing when PS4 came out where they're like, we're gonna support PS4 controllers perfectly. And you can map anything, just like with the Steam controller, you can map the PS4 controller however you want it. You can make the light that shines whatever color you want. You can make it go rainbow color. You can do all sorts of fucking shit. So I have it set to like player 1 is always like a certain particular color of blue. And the player 2 is always like a particular color of green because it's my little brother's favorite color. So we're just always like,
Blue.
it's so cool that you could. It's just so cool. You have so much customization. You have like profiles set to the controllers that can save to a PS4 controller because PS4 and PS5 controllers have a small amount of internal memory just for stupid shit like this. So like, it's really cool that like you plug it in to like on the Steam OS or whatever, or like the big picture mode or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is Tyler's controller. Oh, this is this guy's controller. Like, and then you like actually change the profile to this, and then like the color changes to whatever you have it set, and now the dead zones are like this, and it vibrates now, and blah blah blah. Like, it's just so cool that you can do all that with Steam. So, yeah,
They're a cool company.
yeah, Valve is really cool. I know a lot of people used to complain about them when they had a monopoly on PC gaming, but they got some competition, and I think it turned out pretty good. It used to be you couldn't get a refund on Steam. If you bought a game, you just had it. Like, you had to like really bitch and moan to get your money back. And yeah, but now you can do refunds perfectly easily fine, and it's great. So that was an old topic. That was like 10 years ago when that came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, finally refunds on Steam." Yeah.
It's like Amazon. Amazon used to be like that too, didn't it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, some companies would just have like no good policies for like if you made a mistake. You're just like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Now Amazon's usually pretty good about if I complain, they'll just give me something. They'll just like replace the whole thing for free or something. So yeah. Yeah, so what do you think? Do you think you might get one for $400?
Probably not for 400.
It looks so cool.
I might do it because I want to play all my homebrew stuff on it, and I want to play like 3DS emulator and PS2 emulator.
I know, that would be really cool.
And I want to play all of my Steam games, and I want to be able to play it on that with my friends while they're playing on PC. And the fact that you don't even have to have friends who get them. You can be the only one of your 10-person friend group who has it, and it's literally fine. You know? There's no downside to getting it.
It's like...
I don't want to convince people to get one if they don't want one, because, like I said, it literally doesn't even matter. You can be the only one, and it's perfectly valid.
I just don't...
Whereas, like, Switch, you gotta get, like, two friends to get one with you.
I don't know if I'll get one or not.
Well,
it's not worth it to me right now, I feel like.
I have the Steam Link where you plug it into your TV and it just lets you stream to your TV. It's pretty one-to-one, pretty good. And I bought it for like $20 when it used to be like $80, you know? And I know a lot of people bought Steam controllers when that dropped in price too.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually it'll drop in price. This isn't...
It does for the Christmas sale.
Yeah.
Christmas sale is where I got both my Link and my controller, I think.
You might have to wait a year or two for that. But yeah, that's exactly it, yeah. I got a Link for super cheap. A lot of people I knew got controllers just because they're like, fuck it, because it was cheap. So it's not Nintendo we're talking about. The prices actually do go down and actually do go on sale. Valve is a big believer in sales. They invented the Steam sale. Like, the Steam sale is a huge meme in itself now. That's why people always make the images of Gabe Newell as like Jesus Christ, and it's just like the green rectangles. It's like 75% off, 75% off, 75% off,
95% off. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you know how many games I bought for 75% off? Like, we're talking like 75% off is such a huge steal. Like, I used to buy so many games during the Steam sales, but now I don't buy any because I have them all. Like, there's nothing left I want. I have everything. The most new games I get on PS5 nowadays, and I have a lot from PS4, which works on my PS5. But
so you're just running out of game.
Yeah, it's like I can just buy them on Steam sales just to own them on both if I want, but I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But I do think about it. Every time Resident Evil goes on sale again, like Resident Evil 2, I'm like, man, I could mod it. I could have Mr. X wearing a Speedo only. I kind of want to do this. I've seen people, they've taken Resident Evil 8 and they've done third-person mod, so the whole game plays in like third person instead of first person. Stuff like that's cool.
Yeah.
And also this, they already said this, because like Steam has mods built into the browser. So you can just, a lot of games have Steam Workshop where to install a mod, you just click yes and then you have it. So on my Left 4 Dead 2 is modded to all holy hell because it's just, you just click a button and now it's modded and you don't have to do any work. But if you can even do mods and stuff, go into the game's folders and files in this thing. Another thing, if a game runs at 30 frames per second on PC because it's locked that way from the developer, usually you can go into the code and change that.
And run 60?
Yeah. I have a lot of games that came out in the 360 era that the PC port was really lazy. And Batman Arkham Knight was famously 30 frames on PC, and everyone's like, what? Yeah. So I went and I changed that. I changed it to 60 frames. Like, you can usually change the code.
Did it look pretty good then?
Yeah. I think it... Oh, yeah, no, because it only runs on 30 on PS4 and Xbox One. Ooh, yeah, no, I had it running at 60, like... But the game on PC was so shitty and slow and buggy and bad because the port was terrible.
Yeah.
They gave, like, a company, like, a week to... Or, like, they gave them, like, 1 month to port it before it came out. And it was not ready.
That explains why whenever I downloaded it, it wouldn't run on my computer.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like...
Even if you had the best PC at the time, it would still be sluggish and shitty. Because they just...
It wanted me to have a Vista operating system, and I have
what?
Windows 10.
It wanted you to have Windows Vista?
It wanted me to change the settings in my
What the
computer back
fuck?
to, like, Vista-era settings, just so I could play that game. And I was like, I'm not turning my computer into a Vista.
This is weird. But, yeah, Arkham Knight came out. It was a huge controversy on PC. But everyone got full refunds. I beat the game again on hard, got every Riddler trophy, and then refunded it for $60. Got my money back.
Nice.
Yeah. Because they offered it. But to be fair, it ran like fucking dog shit. I had to suffer to do all that
I remember when it came out.
I was fucking... Like, every time I was playing it, I would be so pissed. You'd get in the elevator, and just going down the elevator, it would start slowing down and freezing up, and I'm like, how? Why are the open world sections running beautifully, perfectly smooth, 60 frames per second, and in the elevator, it fucking runs like shit? What the... That makes no sense. What is it loading? Is it loading the entire outside world and inside the Batcave at the same time? What the fuck's going on?
Probably.
Yeah, it's like, this is so stupid. There's so many moments. It would be like, you would do something that it would run perfect, and then you like turn around, and then everything's fucking shit. And you're like, what's going on? So I didn't feel bad about completely 100%ing the game and then getting my money back. I did not feel bad at all because it played like shit. It should not have been released that way. It literally hurt the experience for me. Like, I like to be immersed in a game, especially like a Batman Arkham game. I want to be really into it. So that was the first one I bought on PC because I actually beat Arkham Asylum and Arkham City again on PC. I don't have any of them installed right now. I should boot an Arkham game on PC sometime for you guys. Just seeing Batman in 60 frames, so good. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll probably wait for it to go on sale and maybe I'll get it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get it day one, but I think $400 is honestly a fair price.
But it's like...
I do want to see more of the specs of it. I want to see like what... But like, from what I've heard from my friends, they've said the specs are really good. Like, the hardware is really good inside of it.
Have they released the hardware?
There's like a website where they talked about what the actual hardware specifics are.
I don't know. I really like the Switch, and I play it almost exclusively in handheld.
To me that kind of says that you would like something like this. Is what I'm saying.
I know. I feel like I would too.
And Jeremiah, you should let Shane play around with a Steam controller sometime because. The touchpads, like, it still has the sticks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just has like these two giant touchpads, and there's gonna be little square ones on this thing.
Wait, does that have... I don't think it does.
I think it might have one stick. I think it has a stick.
I haven't played with it in so long.
Right, but I just know that it has like you're kind of supposed to use the touchpads, but then you can do the whole gyroscope aiming, and you can just turn that on or off. You can do so many things with it. So I don't know. I'm not like I like that it's got left and right touchpads because I might just like instead of using D-pad or stick, just use the touchpad to move or something.
Yeah,
that seems really like it just seems like it would maybe make sense to just like move your thumb somewhere and then that's where it goes or something. I don't know how to explain it, but man,
it's just like on old laptops where it had the touchpad.
Yeah.
It's the same deal. Like,
yeah,
feels very similar.
But they said they like improved the shit out of the touchpad and it's supposed to be like really.
Oh, it's even better than the controller.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh. Well,
But
it
like,
looks a lot different. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know, man.
I think you can like click on it too, just like with a laptop. You can like click it.
Yeah, you can do that on the controller too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I all my experience is from the controller, obviously. So I don't have one. I just play with my friends.
Thing is, I don't have like a ton of Steam games, and
Yeah, you'd have to buy games all over again. The good thing is that you can buy once it's a Steam sale, you can just buy whatever you want for $5 a pop.
Also, you can buy Steam keys on just different websites.
Oh yeah, like you can buy discounted things. Yeah,
Basically, out of someone else's Steam, like Tyler said, he had
people like
500 games, and if you wanted to get rid of a few of them, make some money.
yeah, you can like resell stuff to other people.
oh, that's cool.
I also have like games in my. I have a bunch of games in my gift inventory because Steam is cool. You can gift people games. So if you just like are on Steam and you're on Twitter, like, hey, here's my wish list. Like you just like end up with games in your wish list. Like you put your wish list in and people could see what's on your wish list. And if a game's on sale and they go to the store page, you'll say your friends have this game on their wish list. Like, and people are like, oh, this game's $2. I'll buy it for them. And then like. You'd be surprised how many games I've gotten because my friends have just been like, here you go. And I'm just like,
That's awesome.
I'm like, what the fuck? I have this game now. Or like I'll buy like a 4-pack or a 2-pack of certain like either multiplayer games or co-op games or something. Like, all right, we're all playing this game. There's no excuses not to play with me. I bought it for you. You have to play with me. Because they would do that where like Resident Evil 5 is on sale, 2-pack. It's like cheaper than buying it twice separately. It's like, what?
I would have to. I'm gonna have to see a lot more of it.
Steam is like just a really good service. I think you should just go on your Mac and because Valve made sure that all of their first party games work on Windows, Mac, and Linux.
Yeah.
So you can just play them no matter what. So and TF2 is free now. I always forget that TF2 is free. TF2 is a fucking fun game.
I just don't. I don't know.
But yeah,
I feel like I'd be overwhelmed with all this shit I could do on a PC. I wouldn't know what to do on it.
well, just start small. Just play games. This thing's gonna be more dedicated towards games, so that's a good.
Right. And I'd be like, I'd want to mod everything.
Yeah. Well, buy Left 4 Dead 2 and we'll play Left 4 Dead 2 together. And you can mod. My zombies are all anime girls, and they all say Oni-chan. And when you shoot them, they scream at you. And
That's awesome.
But I used to use stormtroopers, and when you shoot their arm off, because Left 4 Dead 2's got really good limb physics. So you shoot part of their body off, and then like their white suits are just like covered in blood everywhere. It's so cool looking.
But then it has like a dock, right?
Yeah.
Like the Switch does, where you like hook it up to your like a monitor or something.
It has a dock? I haven't seen the dock.
I don't know.
All I saw in that IGN video you showed me, it just looked like the thing itself was sitting up, and they just had like wires connected to it with the monitor, and I think you just plug everything directly into it.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
But that's what I was saying to you at work, Mike. It would be so
I could
easy just to put an HDMI port on this thing,
Yeah.
and then you just plug it in any TV.
So then I could
You
like,
don't need
buy
a dock, really.
I could get like a mouse and keyboard and use that as like a desktop too.
Yeah. And then you could also just
And if
sit
it's
down
like-
and you can connect to your TV and then use your Xbox One controller and then play that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like I said,
Or-
it's pretty fucking OP.
Or a keyboard and mouse too.
Or just keyboard and mouse. keyboard and mouse is just the best way to play first person shooters.
Yeah.
Like playing like games like Doom and Half-Life on first person or with keyboard and mouse is just like it's like a different experience. It's just like such a nice experience to play that way. Well, but they try to do the touchpads because they want to emulate the mouse because the mouse is what makes it so good. Like,
right, like, yeah, if it's like powerful enough to run games at a decent frame rate, then
yeah, we'll have to see more of it shown off. But
seems like now there's like a lot of.
I don't think it's that expensive to make. I know it's more powerful than the Switch. That's the thing.
Right.
I don't think it's... I think that means it can handle a lot.
I feel like it doesn't take much these days to run a game at 60 frames.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like...
And what's great about a lot of PC games is you can turn certain... You can be like, oh, shadows can look like shit. Low shadows. And then like help my frame rate, you know?
Yeah.
You can just like turn certain things down.
It's cool, yeah. Because it used to be like PCs would have to be... pretty powerful to run 60 frames, but now it's like a decent PC can run like 128 frames at like
a lot of people like the day GTA 5 came out, people were running it at like 240 frames which doesn't really make a difference. The human eye can't see that much, but people like want that. Like people want like I want it to be so much over 60 frames.
I don't even get it.
It does look like a little bit better, but like it's just at 60 frames is fine.
Yeah.
But like you 120 is like the meme where like everyone puts everyone caps at 120 so that way it's just like perfect. But you barely tell it's any higher than 60.
I know.
But yeah.
I mean most movies go at 24 frames.
Yeah, 24 frames. And then that's why when you watch something like Jackass when it's at 60, you're like, why does it look so different? It's like, because it's a higher frame rate. And some people will associate that with like low quality because they're dumb, but that's because the way the brain works is like just like associating it with certain things.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. That's the thing. Like I always was like, if it looks like Call of Duty, it's 60 frames, and people would understand what I was talking about because Call of Duty is always at 60. But the first time I really noticed it was I played a lot of Left 4 Dead 2 on Xbox 360, and then in computer class, my friend just had it. He just had Left 4 Dead 2, like DRM free, pirated it, put it on a school computer, and was playing at 60 frames. I was like, holy fuck, it literally looks like a next-gen version of the same game. Like, I was just like mind blown.
Yeah.
PC game, yeah, well, just playing at higher frame rate is so nice. Because there was a while, PS3, PS4 era, I would buy a lot of games on PC just to play them at 60 frames. And that's now consoles just actually do it right. Now, like PS5 is like almost any game. I haven't played a single PS5 game where I've had to be forced to play 30 frames. It's just like a thing of the past now. And that's the way things need to stay. You know? We just need 60 frames for life. With no load times. That's the other thing. PCs still have, even if you have a solid state drive, you still have some load times.
Yeah.
PS5 and Xbox have really mastered the no load time thing.
Well, because they're optimized.
Yeah.
Like, and probably build a PC like that. Like, just build a PC that you were trying to make as close to a console as you could.
Yeah. Oh, it used to be fairly... Well, the funny thing is, when the 360 came out, my older brother built a PC that was like high-end, that was better than 360, but that was costly.
Yeah.
When the PS4 and Xbox One came out, the console leap was so small and insignificant that the PC I built already before PS4 came out was more powerful than the PS4. Like, it wasn't nearly as costly to make a console better or make a PC that was better than the consoles. So, like, at the time, yeah, you could pretty efficiently remake a console, but it'd probably cost you more because PCs always cost like way more.
Yeah.
Especially if you want like a nice monitor and you're starting from scratch or something. Once you get into it, it's not that hard to pay less because you don't have to start completely from scratch. But
it's just maintenance, basically.
Yeah. But also PCs are cool because it's like people who build PCs also kind of understand how cars work, because it's just like, this thing does this thing does that. But the difference is that like, you don't just go to like a car dealership and you're like, I need a new graphics card. I need a new fucking engine. Just give me a fucking faster. I want my car to be faster now. My car is just faster now. Or like,
I know car guys like that.
yeah, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, most people don't do that though. Most people don't like change their entire interior over the years with the same fucking car. They just keep changing everything about it, you know, and just like it's unrecognizable to like the store model, you know. Most people don't do that shit.
It has 16 gigabyte RAM.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was saying earlier. That's the meme, is like, you really don't need 16 gigs, especially not for something that's like dedicated to PC gaming. Like on a PC, if you run multiple things in the background, then you're gonna want that RAM.
Yeah, you got 18 Chrome tabs open.
I think most games only use like half of 8 gigs of RAM. It's just the reason why you get 8 gigs is because you have other things running on your computer. But yeah, so it's a handheld PC thing. It's going to have 16 gigs of RAM. So it's not going to choke. It's not going to have hiccups. It's just going to run perfectly fine. It's going to be super buttery smooth. So
there is a dock, but it's sold separately.
That's what I was thinking, because it's not necessary to get a dock. It probably helped them save on cost compared to the Switch. Because the Switch Lite is a whole $100 cheaper, and because it doesn't have a dock. It has no dock functionality. So it probably saves on money to not do that shit.
I could get Xbox Game Pass on this shit.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah.
They already said Xbox Game Pass PC is supported?
I don't know, but it's like it's an open platform. If it's just a PC, you would be able to do it.
Actually, yeah. Now that you're saying that, yeah, all of these games on Game Pass should be able to work on here. Like,
because I mean, if it's an open platform and you can install Windows, Psychonauts 2,
the day it comes out. That's awesome. Whoa.
Hades
comes out in October. Why should we really? Oh wait, that's not October. That's literally next month.
Holy
fuck! Game Pass.
Psychonaut 2 comes out next month.
Yeah, it comes out the end of next month.
Damn.
And Hades is coming to the PC version next month too. That's fucking dope. Yeah, that's super cool. That like, yeah, because Game Pass if you get only PC, it's $5 a month. That's what I have. And then you probably have Gold Plus games, so you probably pay like $15 a month, or at least you used to. I don't know if you do anymore.
I don't anymore.
Yeah, because now that you have PS5, you don't really need to. But it's like, if you only get it for PC, it's just $5 a month, and then you just have. I mean, I have every Halo on here.
But like, yeah, I would be able to. Because I mean, think about it. If it's going to be used as a portable PC, then it should be able to run.
Yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
So then you would
especially if you can download Windows onto it.
Yeah, if you can download Windows.
Then you can. Yeah, you can play. Yeah, I would love to hear more info on that, because if that's the case, then that's super broke. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Like a Dragon's on here. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I can play Yakuza Like a Dragon on my PC.
I was thinking about getting it on my Xbox.
Just because you can just, it's free for you because you have Game. Oh well, you have to get Game Pass, but.
Well, I think my friend and I like.
You're gonna use his or something.
Yeah, we did. What's it called? Like a license transfer or something.
Oh yeah.
So he has
family plan thing.
Yeah, he's paying for Game Pass, and so I have it.
Yeah, it's so cool having like all these games on PC just right here that I just pay $5 a month for. So whatever I want installed. Yeah, I mean.
So you want to hear the specs for it?
Yeah. Since we've been talking about it all like half this podcast.
The CPU.
I don't know a lot of this. I honestly can't say everything, but
the CPU gets up to 448 gigaflops.
Sure.
It's an AMD Zen 2 4C8T 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz.
I just knew it was AMD. Yeah.
The GPU is an 8.
The problem is, I use NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's like in the 1000 series, and then AMD's in like the 100 series. So like, they're uncomparable. You kind of have to just keep up with them to understand which ones are like the modern ones and which ones are good. I'm assuming it's a good one though.
I don't know. What do you mean, like the 440 gigaflops?
No, I mean like just like the actual name of it itself.
It just says AMD Zen.
Yeah. See, I don't know I don't know much about AMD. That's my thing.
Oh, the GPU is an 8RDNA with two CUs up to 1.6 teraflops. Storage 64 gigabytes, 250 gigabytes, and 512 gigabytes.
I was kind of hoping for more than that.
But it's $650 for the 512 gigabyte version. But it has faster storage.
Oh, it has what do you call it? Solid state drive?
I guess it just has faster storage, but you can slap a micro SD card in there.
Oh, well then I guess it doesn't matter then.
So
I guess it's fine.
I'm pretty sure there's like, I don't know how.
Well, like some games like GTA 5 is like 90 gigs or some shit. Like some games like huge. So
I'm not entirely sure how big micro SD cards go these days.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're in the
no. Well, maybe, but they're probably not terabyte. But they could be like.
I think I've seen like a 250 gig.
That's probably the biggest they have.
That's probably that's really big for that, but it's probably not cheap. So cheaper.
I don't think the one I have for my Switch.
I think I have like a 32 gig in mine or something.
I have a pretty fucking big one in my Switch.
But I think you can get 64 for a pretty reasonable price right now. I bought mine like 3 or 4 years ago, and they're probably even cheaper now. I should check on Amazon. Or Newegg. Newegg's pretty good for that stuff too.
Yeah, they go up to 512 gigs, which is...
Does it say the price?
Let me look. Hold on, let me go to Amazon or something.
It's
128 gigabytes is $20.
That's insane.
256 gigabytes is $31.
That 512 one, they're pretty much around like 70, but yeah.
512 one is?
Yeah.
Well,
there's a few different ones that are like 70.
So it'd actually be cheaper just to buy the regular deck, buy the regular like basic Steam Deck, and then buy
just like a huge SD card go with it.
Yeah.
Well, you could also buy multiple SD cards because they're fucking tiny.
Yeah. And also,
just buy like a storage case for them, and
if you have an SD card reader in your computer, you could just you don't have to download games onto the Steam Deck. You can just download it on your PC, transfer it over to the SD card. Though that might take a while. I think copying things over that big to SD cards might take a while. I could be wrong. I don't know much about that. But if it could be faster than downloading it through Wi-Fi. That might fix the problem me and Jeremiah were talking about earlier. But yeah, I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Man.
500 gigabyte SD card.
Because I think that I have a 128 gigabyte.
And you already have it. Like, you can use that same one from your Switch. You just can't use it for your Switch anymore, but you could use it on this, you know.
Yeah. I think
or just buy another one because it might not be that cheap. It might be cheap if you could buy another one even. So,
right.
I have. Oh no! On my SNES Classic, I have like a 64 gig flash drive plugged into the back of it. That's why I have as many games on it.
So I got one of those SNES Classics for.
Yeah, hacking it's really easy.
Well, the OS it comes with is fucking abysmal.
You can change it. I still use that OS, but you can change it.
That's fucking. I don't know if we have the same exact thing.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Was your OS really bad? The first one?
Did you hack it or what?
I haven't hacked it yet.
Yeah. What do you mean by it's abysmal?
It's fucking. It's horrible.
You just don't like it?
Did you get like a Walmart ripoff one or what?
No, you got the SNES Classic. There's only one SNES Classic.
It's just like it's a black screen, and it's got action games, racing games.
You can sort it different ways. You can sort it alphabetically.
Oh. Well, it was like there was no settings or anything. It was just these 6 blocks. You pick a genre, and then you scroll through this giant list of games.
I don't know if you bought SNES Classic.
Swear to God, I did.
You might have bought an off-brand thing. You don't know if you got the officially licensed by Nintendo SNES Classic. I don't know what you bought.
He's got a Soldier Boy.
Oh fuck! He bought a Soldier Boy.
I bought it. It was like at one of those kiosks.
Oh no! He bought a Soldier Boy console.
It was this.
I forgot what it's called. The OS I have on mine is literally the original one. I didn't change it. I have folders on it, but it's not supposed to have folders by default. Folders is like a fan, like we homebrewed that on there. It's not supposed to have folders on it. But you can change the sorting. It's only like 40 games on it. It's not like that crazy.
Mine has like hundreds.
Yeah, I know. You didn't buy a SNES Classic. You bought something else.
The box looked like this, but I guess it was not.
No.
You
bought some
scams.
fucking bullshit thing.
Was this not the box you got?
Yeah, but that's the officially licensed thing.
Well, where's one that I got?
That's not. You didn't get it. You got something else.
I know.
But it looks like a SNES.
It looks exactly like that. The one you have.
Yeah,
I'll send a picture of it when I get
that's
one.
weird. Yep, show me what like the actual OS looks like. Because it's not supposed to be a black screen with a bunch of games.
It's fucking horrible.
It's supposed to be like it's got the Nintendo polish on it. It's got this little catchy song and everything, and Mario will run on screen if you take too long and stuff. And
No, it's just a black screen.
yeah, it has save states for every game and stuff. Yeah, no, you definitely don't have a SNES Classic. You have some fucking bullshit. I have no idea what you bought.
Fucking pissed.
And it cost me like $80. So
Wait, so where'd you buy it at, Shane?
I bought it at like a mall kiosk or something. I don't know. My mom bought it for me, so maybe.
you might have bought it from like random
Also,
thing. It's only supposed to have like 40 Super Nintendo games. It's like the best of the best hand selected. That's like the NES Classic has like 40 games on it. The Genesis Classic has like 40 games on it. The PS1 Classic famously has like 30 games on it, and it includes like 15 games no one cares about. It's like Crash Bandicoot, Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, Tekken 3, and everything else is bull. It doesn't even have Gran Turismo. It doesn't even have like some of the most important staples to PS1 games. It's like, what the fuck? I don't even know. No, Spyro might be on there. I don't remember though. It better have Spyro.
It better, yeah.
But luckily, you can easily hack that thing too and put like every single PS1 game on it pretty easily. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you bought.
I got the Super Mini SN07.
Oh no! Does it have a picture?
Yeah.
Does it come in the same box?
It looks very similar.
Let me see it. Oh wow, that's such bullshit. It's like the same exact colors of the box, and they both have like the console and the two controllers on the front.
Yeah.
But it doesn't list like the official like Super Nintendo games on it. I don't think
It has Super Mario Bros. 3.
that's definitely an NES game, not an SNES game. That's so shitty. I hate so many companies do this. Well, it was definitely a lot cheaper than the original one. Yeah, it looks like it has NES games on it, not Super Nintendo games on it. It actually looks like it has a bunch of custom homebrew games that are just completely made up on it. It probably does have a bunch of emulators on it. You should see if it's just NES emulation or if it has like anything advanced on there. Because if it has like some cool emulated game, sometimes those things will come out and they have like really cool obscure NES like Genesis games and stuff. But because video game emulation is so cool. There's like a lot of like these Chinese handheld things that run like whatever custom homebrew stuff you want, and they have pre-built in like DS, arcade, and like up to like PS1 and Dreamcast emulation built in, and PSP emulation. PSP emulation is a big one because there's so many PSP games that like 80% of Americans have never played because no one bought the fucking PSP. Yeah. And there's some cool games on PSP.
The OS on it is abysmal.
Yeah, because it's not made by Nintendo.
Horrible.
That's what I was saying. You didn't get the real one. You got the fake one that looks too suspiciously like a Super Nintendo.
I literally thought it was the same thing.
Hold on. Wait a second. controller?
Yeah.
You remember at Leland's when I was using a Super Nintendo controller? That's literally the same thing as, like, they recreated the Super Nintendo controller so perfectly for that thing.
Yeah, the controller on that thing.
It feels so good. Like, no, like, jump button is, like, outward. Y button, which is normally, like, your shoot, is, like, kind of inward. So it's super comfortable to, like, because when you play Mario, you hold down this to run, you press this to jump. It's so comfortable.
What's the diamond?
Yeah, and it was the first console to do the diamond that like now Xbox has and everyone uses now. It's such a good controller.
It
feels so good.
Yeah, the controllers I got were really shitty.
Now this is like a USB, goes straight into your PC. It's Towerfall, the game we played, and this feels like shit. It's upsetting. The difference in quality between the real thing and the fucking bullshit thing. I don't know the thing you have. I'm sure it feels more like that, or possibly worse.
It's so bad. I'm so upset now.
No.
I'll bet if it was in a mall kiosk too,
Alright, let's
he
end
just
this.
bought a bunch of those shitty ones and sold them like they were actually the...
Alright, this is an hour, 20 minutes, so let's wrap it up. But
Okay.
Steam Deck.
Bye. Bye. Bye.